Give a moment to pause.
Well, good morning, Rotary International District 7770. Welcome to Conversations with Rotary Action People for Monday, June 29th. Donald Hovis here with the CWRAP Rotary Club in Myrtle Beach. Thank you for being here today. Today we are joined by District Governor Johnny Moore, who's going to put a wrap on his year as District Governor here today on CWRAP. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, Donald. Good morning, everyone.
Johnny, I will ask you to do the vision statement of Rotary.
Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Donald, thank you for asking me that. You know, all of you who have heard me anytime this year speak, that the vision statement has been pretty much central to my comments, because it's just such a phenomenal statement of what Rotary is, what Rotary does, who we are as Rotarians. It says so much in one short sentence.
Well, thank you, Johnny. I'm going to introduce a few key dignitaries on the line today. We have past Rotary International Vice President from beautiful Columbia, South Carolina. She's got my hat on again. Ann Matthews. Good morning, Ann. Let's see, past District Governor from the Rotary Club of Lake Murray Irmo in Columbia as well. I see him there with a beautiful virtual background, Mr. Rod Funderburk. Good morning, Rod. Past District Governor from the Mount Pleasant Rotary Club, Mr. Lou Mello. Good morning, Lou. Making sure here, I'm getting everybody. Past District Governor from the Rotary Club of Hilton Head Island, Mr. David Terrard and his wife, Susan. Looks like you're on the merch there. Beautiful view. Let's see here. District Governor-elect, she's got one more day here. Miss Pauline Levesque from the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach. District Governor-elect, District nominee designee from the Beaufort Sea Island Rotary Club, Mr. Bob Gross. Good morning, everyone. So, Johnny, you're putting Johnny, so you're putting a wrap here on your year this morning. So take it away.
I hope everyone can hear me okay. My internet seems to be spotty right now, and so it's freezing a little bit. But yeah, how do you put a wrap on a year like this? That was one of the questions I started asking myself when I knew I was going to be doing this today. And the best way I can describe it is, taking off like a rocket and landing with a parachute. It was kind of the way it came in, because beginning of the year, we had some great meetings with the assistant governors, the club presidents, and around in August, late July, and in August, we had those meetings, and there seemed to be a lot of buy-in, I think, and a lot of excitement about what we were going to be able to do this year and how we were going to go about doing things. Started club meetings in September, which was a little bit later than normal, but it worked out really well, and was able to see a lot of Rotarians. And the thing that really impressed me, and I'm sure any of you who are past district governors will agree with this, we have some phenomenal people in our clubs. We have some great Rotarians out there, and one of the if there was a highlight to my year in any particular thing, I would say it was just meeting so many fantastic Rotarians. And I know that sounds maybe a little cliche, but it's absolutely the truth. We had just a great time, and it was a great experience. We started off the year also in August. We had our district membership summit. It was a very well attended summit, and we got a lot of momentum out of that. We had a great deal of momentum going with membership, and I mean, we were leading the zone. We were leading zone 33. That's 17 districts, and we were leading by a wide margin, even in percentage of membership growth. And that's more important to me than the numbers, because we are the largest district in zone 33 by about 1,000 or a little over 1,000 members. So when you're leading by percentage, that means you're also leading very well by numbers. And so we were very happy about that. And then, of course, we were having a great year in foundation giving. And there's a lot of credit goes out to a lot of folks across the district for both of these things. This was not anything that Johnny did. This was things that you all did. The members of our district, the Rotarians in our district, both the membership increase and certainly the foundation numbers that we've seen. We are closing in. I don't know if we're going to quite get there, but we're closing in on almost $2 million in foundation giving this year, which is the first time ever that we will. I mean, maybe it's our first time over 1.5. Is that right, Ian? Do you know? I don't know, but we were last I saw, we were already over 1.8, and that is just a huge testimony to the generosity of the Rotarians in District 7770. So that's been really great. We are also having a great year in polio. This is the first time ever that our district has had a net impact, I guess is the way we look at it, an impact on polio of over $1.1 million. And that's when you take the match from the Gates Foundation and the match from World Fund. Yeah, give yourselves a hand. You guys deserve that. Yeah. When you take all the different matches that go in with the district designated funds we contributed, we're now over $1.1 million in polio giving, in polio impact, I mean. And that's a huge step for us. It's just phenomenal that we're able to do that. We had a great year with a lot of great Rotarians doing a lot of great stuff this year too. We had some great service projects that I learned about that were going on. We've had, but the biggest thing I think in terms of service is the number of global grants that we also funded this year. And you see my sweet Susan moving around in the background there. she's busy. We're trying to get packed up. We're heading out today. So, we had I think a record number of district grants, global grants this year, and district grants. We had a great number of clubs, and we had a lot of clubs, by the way, that once the virus hit, and we had all the coronavirus issues and the people in need because of this thing, for food banks, for first responders, for hospitals that needed help. We had a lot of clubs to step up and convert their district grant to a COVID-19 response effort. And that was very gratifying as well. So all those things were looking really good. We had a great all club conference planned. The team was working on that. We had, things were lined up. We were gonna have a great time. We were gonna have some fun. We were gonna do some service. We had everything. And well, you know what happened with that, but it's really interesting. On March 12th, I had to have surgery on my knee. I had arthroscopic surgery. Well, the doctor told me I'd be up and walking and everything would be fine in a couple of weeks, and I knew that would be just in time for all club conference, so I wasn't worried about it. But I got home that afternoon after the surgery and was sitting there listening and getting emails and getting information from all over the district and all over the news and watching what Governor McMaster was saying and talking to a lot of people. And it just finally occurred to me that we really needed to cancel all club conference for the year. It was absolutely heart-wrenching to do that. Did not want to do that. But we had to do the right thing in terms of people's safety and health and welfare. So I made the call that afternoon to go ahead and cancel all club conference for 2020. Then I was reading the information they sent me home with from the hospital after I'd been under anesthesia that morning, and it said, don't make any major decisions today. So, but that was already too late. I'd already made that decision, and we just went ahead and moved with it, and everything turned out okay. So beginning around March 12th, March 13th, somewhere in that time frame, clubs started canceling meetings, and we started having a slide back in membership. We're not going to finish the year in membership with a net increase, it looks like. We started doing some things late in the year with the Tuesday noon Discover Rotary Zoom meeting, and Sandy Olson is doing a phenomenal job with that. She's doing great, and really appreciate her efforts. She's actually our Rotarian of the Year this year. She's doing that, and very proud of Sandy. So appreciate any benefit we see from that. It's probably going to be several weeks out. That being said, I'm really hoping we can start Pauline's year off as district governor with some great numbers and increase in membership as we move into the Rotary year of 2020-2021. I hope it's going to be a good year for that. So that's kind of what's going on. I will tell you that I've had a few funny things happen to me this year. I went to a Rotary Club, and you all heard me when I would talk about the meal packing event we were going to have at All Club Conference. One of the things I said about that most of the time was, it'll be the most fun you've ever had with a red hairnet on. Well, I was in one club, and I made that comment, and this woman in the room spoke up and said, honey. And I didn't know where to go with that. I just said, okay. So had to wait for just a minute on that one. Another one, and this has happened to pretty much every district governor I think has ever had the job, is I went to a Rotary meeting one morning, and I showed up and I walked in the hotel where it was supposed to be held, and no Rotary meeting. And I'm looking around thinking, well, maybe I got the wrong day. So I started looking, and no, it's fine. So I called and finally got hold of the immediate past president of that club on his phone. He hadn't quite made it to the meeting yet. And I said, today is the right day. And he goes, yeah. And I said, and I'm at the hotel. And he said, which hotel? And I told him. He said, no, that's the hotel we used last month or whatever it was. Anyway, they changed. So you have to go, and you have to go with the flow on that. Most recently, I had another kind of funny experience. I went into a Rotary Club to present an award, and there was a young fellow there who welcomed me to the club, and he's actually on the call with us today. And he welcomed me into the club and said, we're glad you're here today, but today we have a really interesting speaker. And I thought about it a minute, and I kind of looked at him, and he said, well, you're interesting too, but this guy's really good. And I go, this is not going to get any better, is it? I'm just, those kind of things happen, So Donald, thank you very much for that. He laid it on me that day. But those are the kind of things that happen. Now, I do want to take a minute to be serious about something, and be very serious about this. After going to a Rotary Club meeting week before last, and chatting with several people there, I had my face mask on some of the time. I learned just yesterday that one of the Rotarians who was at a meeting on that day got symptoms of coronavirus the next day and was tested the following week, and the results came back positive. So we still have to be very, very cautious. We still need to be wearing face masks. We need to make sure that we are keeping our social distance, even in the meetings. And the other thing I want to ask everyone to do, and this is hugely, hugely important. If you find out that someone in your club has tested positive for coronavirus, and they were at hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. But if you find out that someone in your club has tested, you need to do everything you can to let everyone who was at any meeting recently where that person attended, to let them know that someone did test positive. I only found out about this by accident when I was talking to someone else yesterday, and they mentioned that this particular Rotarian had tested positive. Even if they after started showing symptoms, the people who were at that meeting everyone there should have been notified, and we need to make sure we're doing that. It's not just a matter of courtesy, it's a matter of safety and health and making sure we're doing the right thing. And Rotary, as Rotarians, we always want to do the right thing. So let's make sure we do that, and please pass that on. I'm going to be sending an email to the assistant governors and a little bit later today, and ask them to get in touch with the club presidents in their areas, and let's talk about this, make sure it's happening, because I mean, anyway, so Susan and I, my wife and I both just got back here about 45 minutes ago, 20, somewhere in that neighborhood, from a testing center. We went and had our coronavirus test done this morning. We won't get the results back until probably Thursday or Friday. So in the meantime, we're quarantining. So we're not going to be able to get out and do things. Unfortunately, Pauline and I've talked, I'm not going to be able to make her installation dinner on tomorrow night. So that being said, that's kind of the way the year has gone. I still think we had a great year. I still think we had a really good year because we had so much positive happen, even before this coronavirus thing hit, that it just can't knock us down. And we're Rotarians. We're resilient if we're not anything else, and we will certainly pull through this, and we'll come out stronger, I think, in the end. I just really appreciate everyone, all of you and everyone else in the district. I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much for the support that you have given me this year, for the work you've done this year, because all I did was go around and talk to you, speak to you, and try to lead a little bit and give you some suggestions and those kinds of things. But in the end, it really was you all that did the work, that made the decisions, that were dedicated enough and committed enough to continue making this a great year. And I just thank you for that, and ask that you would continue that next year for Pauline as well. So thank you all very much.
Well, Johnny, we thank you. Truly do thank you for a wonderful year of leadership. I think it was an amazing year. I think you'll echo those same sentiments, and what you said in your comments truly does say it was a great year. So thank you very much. From the entire Rotary District, we want to say thank you too. From the entire Public Image Committee that developed the CWRAP program in your year as District Governor, thank you.
You're welcome.
We will continue. We're not going anywhere. So, and to, we got one more day till the new Rotary year per se. Looking forward to Pauline and her year coming up. I do know, and I want to mention her initiative that she has started that will begin Wednesday of this week. An all-club meeting that will be held right here through Zoom from your CWRAP team. Note the start time of noon, not 11 a.m., but noon. Does anyone have any questions for Johnny that they want to place in the chat box real quick? And or comments?
Pauline, I want to give you a heads up. You have 1 day, 12 hours, and 37 minutes. I'm not counting.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm only counting for you.
Okay. But I got your number and your email and your wife's ear, so watch out.
I'm checking
Johnny.
yes, ma'am, Ann.
Johnny, can you hear me?
I can.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your leadership this year. It's not been an easy year for you. It's not been an easy year for any of our governors. And I think we need to stop and consider what you and others have gone through this year. And I also think what you said a few minutes ago about our foundation, that speaks so well for you and for the people in this district. This district has never done what has been done this year and through the virus process. I think that is exemplary. I really do. And all of you know that I'm for and about the Rotary Foundation. And if we think about what those dollars will do to make a difference in the lives of people all over the world, I think it's commendable. And it goes back to the leadership, Johnny. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for surviving during this time, and also for the communications and the way that you led the district. I'm very proud of our district, and I still say it's the best in Zone 33 by any measure, by any measure. So thank you, Johnny, and I wanted to do that publicly.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you very much.
We appreciate you. And Johnny, I'll call your attention to the chat box. A lot of folks are wishing you, great leadership, great year. So we want you to see those comments here as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm very humbled by it. Thank you all very much. I don't know what to say. Just thank you. Thank you.
Well, to conclude today, I'll do the Rotary four-way test.
Jefferson.
Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build
goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And our
Johnny,
motto is.
Thanks again, Johnny. We really do appreciate
Johnny,
it.
for a great year. Yay!
Thanks. Thank you.
And we will see everyone on Wednesday for the first all-club meeting of the new Rotary year at 12 noon. Have a great Monday, everyone. Thank you.
And that's a wrap.